And we're here with another original Smothers Brothers comedy hour. And the show you're about to see was taped at Television City in Hollywood on May 21st, 1967. And our guests were two married couples, Martin Landau and Barbara Bain, and Sonny and Cher. Martin Landau and Barbara Bain were starring in the hit TV series called Mission Impossible. In fact, Miss Bain won 3 Emmys for her role as Cinnamon Carter. And on Sunday nights, Mission Impossible came on right after the Smothers Brothers. You know, on a lot of college campuses, Sunday was college TV night. And kids would kick back, light up, open a six-pack, and watch the Comedy Hour and Mission Impossible. And by 1967, Sonny and Cher's career was really taking off with recent hits I Got You, Babe, and The Beat Goes On, and Plastic Man, which you'll hear shortly. Now let's see what was happening on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, May 21st, 1967.
Thank you very much. Hey, do you notice that every time the show starts with that logo, the CBS, they say this? What's the logo? The logo where it goes CBS and it goes doing. Yeah, and the first one is always and then it clears up. That's amazing. It's dumb every time, every week. It goes on the same way.
Is there anything else I could do for you?
No, what would you like to ask me?
I'd like to ask you a question, Tommy. Now, last week before, we've told the people at home and here in the audience that you've been reading a lot, keeping up on current events. Now, what have you read, this last week?
Well, the most problem I think that I've been reading about is the troubles that we're having with our allies. We're having a lot of, the Americas, the United States of America, having a lot of problems with their allies.
What do you mean? Be specific. What do you mean?
Well, see, America, we spend over $50 billion. Did you know that we spend
$50 billion?
$50 billion a year on defense. Planes, tanks, bombs, etc., etc. We spend $50 billion a year on defense. We don't need more allies.
What do we need?
We need more enemies.
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour with guest star Martin Landau, Barbara Bain, Pat Colson, special guest stars Sonny and Cher, Nelson Riddle and his orchestra, and the Jimmy Joyce Singers.
Might explore the world of marriage and examine some of the problems that have plagued husbands and wives since the beginning of time. Now, even famous people in history have had problems with their marriages. Now, why don't the two of you tell us in general terms just why you believe your marriage has run into difficulty?
Well, first of all, my name is Mrs. Alexander the Great, and he's my husband.
That's the way we're always introduced. She says, Mrs. Alexander the Great and her husband. Always get second bill.
And why not? I mean, who made you great? When I met you, you were Alexander the Nothing. Couldn't even walk without cutting his leg on his sword.
Why do you always have to keep telling people that? You're always telling people that.
Why shouldn't I tell you people that? I mean, listen, whose idea was it for you to conquer Greece, huh? It was my idea, right? Right? And what did you say when I told you to go conquer Greece? You said, I could never conquer Greece. If I conquered Greece, then I'd have to go conquer someplace else, and then conquer someplace else. And there I am, caught up in a rat race. But you conquered Greece because I told you to conquer Greece. And right away, you were mentioned in Conquerors to Watch.
I just can't take this anymore. I want out. She can have custody of the children. I'll give her 10,000 Greeks a year until she remarries, and after that, I'll give her 10,000 little Greeks for child support.
I don't want Greeks. I want us to be the way we used to be when I used to bring your elephants hot soup. When we were young and in love, and all we had was a dream of crushing the world together.
Mrs. Alexander the Great, please. Mrs. Alexander the Great and her husband. I actually think the two of you are still very, very much in love. And now, why don't you go back to your field tent and talk things over?
Well, all right. Send me a bill and I'll send you a Greek.